Good morning in a wonderful fresh day in the middle of nowhere in a land of no consequence. My name's Graham and I don't need to be anything other than that. I want to discuss art and freedom in the days of the politically correct police. The politically correct people were the ones who are congregating on the left, going on about all sorts of causes, rave on and call other people Nazis. And they use the word socialism. Now, as if they're associated, their equality they're talking about equates with the socialism that Marxism was all about. And it's not. The thing is though, these people on the left who call other people Nazis, or people on the right Nazis, right, they are the ones who are acting like Nazis. They want to police behaviour. They want to police art. They want to say this is how art should be, which is exactly what Hitler did and Mao Zedong did and all these would-be dictators or world rulers did. So therefore, the people on the left who accuse other people of being Nazis are the Nazis of today. It's just a repetitive reoccurrence of a phenomena. You'll get people who've given a little bit of power, and they give a little bit of power through the tweeting of the smartphone, or dumb phone as I call it, little tiny bit of power into really ignorant people, and then they can ruin someone's life just by tweeting something that they don't understand. They see something that is, I might have humour or witticism in it, they cannot see or don't have, and then suddenly, wow, that person's attacked by the politically correct police, which is all those people sitting there with nothing better to do all day but tweet. They sit in their bedrooms feeling miserable, wondering why they're so depressed, why so many young people are getting depression and becoming ill, and so many committing suicide, because that's all they do all day is a negative feed in, negative feed out. It's a continual loop, reiterated loop of negative psychology which affects their emotions, and then they've got no humour, nothing's funny to them. So they don't like anyone who's free. The people who are free, who have not been infected by this politically correct disease, this policing of conversation, this psychological compression, so you're not allowed to be a free individual anymore. You have to be something that the police say is that's the type of individual you have to be. So freedom no longer, freedom is a schedule, a proscribed idea from now on, if we're not very careful. So what is happening, because it's recurring through generations, the very clever people who are behind this, they understand a thing called evolutionary theory, and that means they know that if you oppress for long enough the knowledge and intelligence growth, and that humans should naturally, consequentially and sequentially generate more and more intelligence and wisdom through, if you oppress that avenue which they have with political correct teachings and political correctness as a means of oppressing humour, then you end up with such a dumbed down generation that it cannot think for itself, and it has to look like it's being clever by saying the stupidest things, like someone is being politically incorrect by making an inconsequential joke. A joke's a piece of artwork. Art is not just the stuff in the galleries. Art is a day-to-day way of being for lots of people. It's a sense of humour. The art of life, art of living, is having a sense of humour and being pretty free about it. There's lots of people in the world who don't quite understand freedom. And certainly in the political correct backside of the thing, because they've been oppressed for now, a generation of oppressed people. They've lost contact with what actual real freedom is. Then they have no idea what equality is. They think equality is all about everyone equal. Well, of course, naturally, everyone is equal. Each human's got equal right to be. That's absolutely right. But no human has got, whoever they are, have then got the right to try to bring down those who are of a freer mind and more free and liberal humour. The rest of them haven't quite got that. Their mind isn't quite open or educated enough or historically resonant enough to have it in reference so they can understand the witticism. Those people have got no right to bring those people down, or of the higher learning, down to their level. And Stephen Fry indicated this recently in a talk he gave, I think in Canada, when an very angry black man got raved on and attacked a man called Peterson about something I called him a horrible white man or something like that. And it was an appalling act of racism by a black man that was applauded. It was supposed to be a debate. Debate is not calling someone names. It's explaining your point of view to get some understanding. Just attacking people, as these people think they've got a right to do, shows their level of ability to debate is limited to attacking people verbally and personally. And that's what political correctness is. It's about attacking people personally rather than engaging in the higher, within the higher interest and higher intellect of the subject itself, objectively and impartially, so both gain insight, a higher insight into the matter in question. That's how a proper debate should be held, or discussion should be held, impartial to the item or the subject. It should be totally objective and impartial. But the PC police, the Nazis of today, and that's what they are. Let's not play games about it. There's no other people on earth, Kim and Jong-un and those who oppress their people. But in the West, we've got people who would have the West be like Kim Jong-un if they could get away with it by oppressing anyone with a free liberal sense of humour. They call the liberals, and they're not the liberals. The lefts are with the liberals and the progressive. It is a lie to call people who want to drag people down and oppress them liberal, or people or into equality. They're into levelling people, levelling society down, so everyone's as dumb as each other, so then they can be ruled over like sheep and slaughtered like sheep when necessary. And that's all it is. It's a numbers game. There's a lot of people, these people control this PC police, don't know what to do with them, and now let's cause trouble for people by dividing society through the most pernicious and small-minded means possible, through the tweeting that everyone's got access to a dumb phone. I don't have a dumb phone because I don't need to be communicating with the world every 2 seconds of the day. I've got better things to do with my life than that. So that's the thing. The PC people, PC police, are part of a Nazi police force, as far as I'm concerned, because they're trying to socialise some idea of equality of the being, which makes no sense biologically, unless you're all cloned. Unless you're cloning the mind and cloning the emotions, you are doing something extremely evil to say you've all got to be the same, because we're not. We're all individuals who should act courteously and politely towards others. If occasionally inadvertently someone's offended, that's unfortunate. But unless the offence is actually intentional to a person's face, like that black guy, I forgot his name now, on the debate with Stephen Fry was there, if they intentionally personally attack someone, that's wrong. That is offensive. But if it's just a debate should be inoffensive, they should be making these points that people can see intellectually, academically, without getting too emotionally upset about. So they attack people personally. That attacking people personally is scary. It happens throughout history. It happened with Stalin. It happened with Mao Zedong. It happened with Hitler. With people who are deeply cynical people want to rule over the others. And this is what's going to happen in there. And the politically correct police are going to be ruling those people they've got recruiting into their little politically correct dobbing. You know, they dob people in, and they're the little ones who run and tell the politically correct police who's been naughty. They don't understand. They're being depressed, and they're being oppressed. And it's a very clever form of Nazism, very surreptitiously being brought in through political correctness, gradually creating the fear into others. So you can't be artistic in life anymore. You have to behave in a proscribed manner. Being artistic in life is being an original being, being as you are, being how nature made you. That is our art, and that's how being equal, not being told how to be by somebody, other individual who's only got equal rights as you to be what they are. There may be laws, there may be ways of putting fear in people, but no two people are unequal in my view. All people are equal. But there are differences in intellectual, emotional and psychological qualities that has to be respected. Otherwise it's levelling down the stage of total dumbnity, because through these things called the dumb phones. You know the why they went from a little tiny screen to a big screen? Because they could suck in millions of kids and other people who've been brought up by a screen because the lazy parents use a screen to babysit their kids, and they say, all right, we've got them now. The danger of the dumb screen is a smartphone is they can now use vibrancies or frequencies to affect people's minds. So I certainly have kids with depression who are committing suicide. Is it happening through these smartphones? Because what's it all about? Eliminating the weak. That's what eugenics is. Nazis were about eugenics. PC police is eugenics of the human. Eugenics of individualism as an art in itself. My name's Graham. I'm going to expose what PC really is.